Welcome, my conscious family. Welcome to another video where I will tell you how you can go past this contrast that you're experiencing and how you can go to the other side. There is a specific reason on why this is all happening for you, and by the end of this video, you will understand why. Before I continue, I want to say to everybody who is new, subscribe to my channel as I post daily videos such as this one on consciousness, creation, manifestation, intuition, and how you can shift your mindset in order to consciously create your experiences in life. I think being conscious and being aware is really important, as if you working on yourself, you're helping elevate others. When I raise my consciousness, I help to raise the humanity's consciousness as well. So me working on myself is not only for, selfish reasons, by myself, for myself, it's for everybody else. As I say in my videos, sometimes you're either polluting the planet or helping the planet, and it's hard as harsh as it may seem, that's actually truth. So you can either choose to continue, or I hope you're not doing that, but spread the negativity and pollute the planet, or you can help elevate others. Of course, I have bad days. I have sometimes I really get into I get scared, I get afraid, I get angry, I get really sad, I get really emotional. So these are all parts of the journey. But after that, you can always choose to raise up and to transmute the energy. So this is what I want to talk about today, as I have been having some weeks. I would say when I started the channel, I was like really in my high, like I was so inspired, and I was just like floating on air. This is also something I can talk about. This video is going to be very spontaneous, by the way. I didn't prepare anything. I just want to go with the flow. I just want to share what's on my mind. I want to be vulnerable, and I want to help you with this vulnerability, instead of giving you a lot of tasks and educational videos, which I already did. So be sure to check them out if you're first here on my channel. But yeah, subscribe. It does help me reach more people so that I can help more people. Hit the notification button so you can be notified when I post a video. And of course, like, comment down below, because it does help to reach more people, as I said, which is my mission here on my channel, to have you all here, my conscious family. So there is a reason why you're going through what you're going through. A contrast always happens before the dawn, like the sun will rise. But what happens is that we as humans, because we are just humans here, I mean, sometimes we are not aware of our spirit. I'm going to talk about that. So basically, you forget who you are, and that's why spiritual awakening is actually remembering who you are. So you forget who you are. You get caught up in the 3D, you get caught up in the circumstances, you get caught up in the imprisonment of your mind, that you forget who you actually are. You forget your power, and then you start looking for the evidence. Oh, but I did this inner work and this inner work, and where is my car? Or I don't know, where is my soulmate? But the thing is that this happens just before the finish line. So this is what I want to talk about, especially because I feel this energy myself. I feel this energy myself, and I feel like my collective here on YouTube and me, we are going through some similar things. So that's why I want to share this message today. So when I started my channel, so just to make a comparison, what it means to be in spirit, inspired, I was like high. I tell you, I never in my life was this high. I was high on life. I was high on, I had so many messages in my mind. I wanted to share, I wanted to film 10 videos in a day. I had so much to share. I was so inspired. I felt like I am on top of the world. I felt like everything I want, everything I desire is in my reach, is there. I felt it. I felt the energy of the people that I want to connect it, of the things that I want to have in my life. I felt the energy, I felt the presence. And what happened then? So this is our natural state. I just want to make sure that you understand that this is not something you achieve. This is something you are naturally you naturally are when you remove the conditions, the blockages. So this is remembering, this is who you are. You are the spirit itself, right? Experiencing the world through the human existence, which means that you can be inspired all the time because you are in spirit. You just forget about your connection, but you're always connected with God. You know, you're always connected. Sometimes you just forget. And when you forget and when you don't feel inspired, that just means that you're caught up in this like mental imprisonment, overthinking. You're caught up in the 3D, in the humanness, and you just forget how amazing you are and how powerful you are and how amazing it is to be alive. And so what happens then, and I'm going to be very, very vulnerable here, I realize that I had some things happen in my 3D reality mm, that put this sort of, I would say, got me into overthinking and questioning and a bit of fear and sadness. And why I'm sharing this is because sometimes we as humans, we also are very, very attached to the outcome, first of all. And second, um, we sabotage ourselves. And this is so important because if you are someone who was so used to pain, who was so used to negative things in life, you may have been experiencing contrast over and over and over. And sometimes you get some glimpse of your manifestations, but then they go away. And for me, this was the biggest lesson I had to learn in my life when I shifted my mindset from the victim to the winner. This was the hardest. Like now, whatever I go through, whatever happens in my life, I can almost say that it's a smooth sailing. Even though, like, I cried 2 hours ago, I was sad about something, but it's a smooth sailing in comparison to when the first spiritual awakening happened, when you really like, oh my gosh, like I'm not a victim. It can be so hard. It's like shedding your own skin. And then it was like this feeling of being happy was so new to me. I didn't know how to handle this. And recently I heard one of Simon, I think is his name. He's amazing. He said, if your spiritual vessel cannot contain the happiness that you're manifesting, you're not going to have it. So I want you to write down in the comments, my spiritual vessel can contain all my desires and all my manifestations. Write down in the comments. Use the power of intention, use the power of focus, and take this 1 second to shift your focus and intention onto this thing, this sentence, which will propel you higher. This is not for nothing when I say write down in the comments this sentence, but you're taking the time, you're taking the energy, taking the intention. And this is how you manifest. Like basically, this is how you manifest. Where your focus goes, energy flows, and this is what you'll observe in your 3D. So it's a bit maybe over going to places, but I hope you can bear with me, and I hope you really, like, um, how do I say that? Value my vulnerability. So basically, sorry. So I was very, very high, very inspired. I saw everything was in the reach. And then this thing happened, and I was like, again, oof, overwhelmed. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of sadness. For some reason, a lot of sadness came washing over me. But as I said, don't worry. When you go through more spiritual awakenings, these things are like nothing. Really, like it feels like it cannot compare to the first one. The first one is the hardest. So I was aware and I was thinking, why on earth is this happening? Like, why am I feeling uninspired, sad, angry, just want to crawl in my bed? There were days that I just didn't want to do anything. I mean, I always do something, but I was just feeling like I don't want to do anything. And I started questioning myself, and I realized, first of all, this is so true. We self sabotage ourselves. And if you are not used to happiness, you need to make your nervous system, your body, you need to make your mind used to happiness. You need to you need to heal yourself and reprogram your mind to believe that you can handle happiness. And I was questioning myself. This is what I want you to do as well. Question yourself when it comes to these things. And I was like, why is this happening? And I came to the conclusion that this was self sabotage. It was me um, being very, very high and happy. And it was so weird. I was like, what am I going to do when everything just happens for me? It felt strange. It felt like, what's going to happen then when I have everything that I want? And I believe that it was happening fast. I believed it was happening fast. And then I slowed myself down, which is fine. And I'm sharing this because also I need you to be loving to yourself. This is fine. There is no reason to be angry with yourself. This is awareness. You become aware. And of course, I was like, oh, I was also sad about it. But mm, but awareness is the first step. So me becoming aware of this, okay, so now there is this thing that I need to work on. So I am okay now with this level of happiness, with this level of joy and inspiration in my life and manifestations. Now I just need to create a bigger spiritual vessel so that I can actually contain all the love, happiness, joy that is happening for me now and in the future. So every time you become aware, this is time for celebration. It's not time to beat yourself up. But we are doing this all the time. Even the most happiest people, everybody is doing it because we have it's called the upper limit, and every single one of us has this. When it comes to love, money, everything, you have the upper limit, and when you go there, it's comfortable for you, but you need to open the cap more so that you can reach your goal. And you can see in your life, whether it's the finances or where is it happening for you. For example, maybe you reach 5K a month but you can't reach more, or maybe you reach 10K, or it doesn't matter, or maybe you have a partner but then you reach this point in the relationship and you lose them, and then you start another partnership and you reach the same point in the relationship. So this is a great time for you to see where in your life you have this, where in your life, I mean, everywhere you have the upper limit, but maybe you can choose one, one area where you would really like to change your area, and you can see where is my upper limit, and then you can change it. So like every time in my life when I elevated, it was very uncomfortable. Even though it's like happier life and beautiful life, it's uncomfortable because I'm not used to it. I remember when I was living with my mom before, and I was like making very less money. By the way, from the country where I come from, like people are making five, like in my country, in my origin, I think like 500 euros is like monthly, like, yeah. And I remember when I lived with my mom and I was making maybe like 500 euros, and then when I was making suddenly 3000 euros and I moved to like the most expensive area in my city, I remember one day I met those people who rented the apartment for me. They showed me, this is actually a great story. They showed me the stove, the washing machine, I'm sorry. And they were like, this is how you use the dishwashing machine. And I didn't know how to use it. And they were like, what do you mean you don't know how to use it? You're old enough to know this. Are you a princess? Or they were like very mean to me, diminishing. And I remember at that time, I was like, no, I don't know how to use the dishwashing machine because we never had a dishwashing machine. Me, my grandma, my mom, my father, whoever I lived with, because my parents are separated, we washed, manually. And I felt so sorry for myself. I went to the bathroom and I remember, four moths, this animal in my towels, and I was crying and I was sobbing. I was like, why, what am I even thinking, that I'm gonna be living in this richest area with these rich people here, and then I'm gonna be making, 3,000 euros, really at that time. Even now, it's like in my country, it's like a lot of money to be making every month. People think, it's a lot of money. And so what I wanted to say, so what happened is that I remember I went to the bathroom, and I was crying so much. I just want to say before I continue, I'm not saying, I'm not diminishing or saying anything about 3,000 euros. It's amazing, it's great. But I really want to emphasize that for me at that time, to live in that area and to get a job and to get that money was like next level, was like a quantum leap, and was a lot. And I felt this what they call imposter syndrome, like, oh, I don't even know how to use this dishwashing machine. And I remember I was like, I was crying, and I was like, I just want to go back to my mom. I just want to close myself in the room. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, what am I even doing? And this job, I don't even like all this worry and anger and sadness just washed over me. And I saw these moths, and I got so scared. They were flying, above my head. Like, they were just flying. And I remember I told myself, Irena, this is what happens to me, by the way, in my life bazillion times. This is not just one story, because this is what happens when you are on the journey of spiritual awakening and you're quantum leaping and changing your life. Every time I personally, I'm not going to say about others, every time I do, I have this feeling first. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I just want to crawl back. I want to forget about all of this. I want to watch French movies. I want to eat good food, whatever. I'm going to work in a shop. I don't know. I don't care. I just don't want to be here. But then I thought to myself, okay, you have two ways. I always say this to myself. You have two ways. One way, for me, this is the exiting of the human. To be honest, whatever is going backwards is exit. You can choose to exit, or you can choose to actually stay in this uncomfortable feeling, heal your wounds, and move forward. Move forward with confidence. And what this gave me, to set boundaries with those people, to really stand up for myself, to really get into this role. Yes, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be in the richest area. I deserve to work this amazing job. I deserve to be paid this much. And I started changing my energy, healing myself, and really step into this role of this new version of myself that was existing. And that is when I started coaching and I started everything. But let's just, let me tell you what is the point here. The point is that it is normal that before your elevation, before your next level, there is this period where you question yourself and you feel like, do I want to go backwards? And that is totally fine. I really want you to know that, because I feel like when you watch these videos and you see these people on social media, they are not sharing these vulnerable sides, and then that makes you think that their journey is somehow so smooth and just smooth sailing, which is not truth. And I'm gonna try, be as vulnerable as I can, because of course it's not easy for me to be vulnerable here, I mean, in general, no, in general is easy. I'm very vulnerable, I think, with people, but like on social media, I think it's a big deal. But I'm gonna do it because I think it's really important that you see the journey, really how it looks like. You see the journey of a person who is changing, transforming in front of your eyes. It's not just, hey guys, I manifested this. Okay, but how? What did you do? How did you feel? How did you move the energy? What did you do with the fear, Irena? This is the question. So when I was elevating, this is what I did. I said, no, you need to choose the path forward, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. And this is how you actually reprogram your mind. You can, of course, do many different techniques, but one of them, and my favorite, is awareness and consciousness, and guiding your focus on the things that you want instead of dwelling on the past and wallowing in your sorrow. Like, this is my favorite thing. Honestly, you can do different kinds of things, yes, but what you do during a day, and are you actually conscious and aware, this is what changes everything. So you become aware of the fear, and then you say no. You talk to yourself in your mind. This is how you create new neural pathways. This is how you change your mind by changing your focus. You focus on something different. And of course, I love, as you know, hypnosis and meditation, visualization that I'm using also. You have one on my channel where I help you to feel this feeling, because body is the secret, body. If your body is not feeling like it's safe, it's not going to move where you want to go. Write down in the comments, my body feels safe for me to move where I want to go, because this is very important. So I really like these things. But one of the favorites is awareness. So you become aware. Hmm, I want to complain. I want to say something bad. I want to gossip. I want to whatever, say something bad about myself. You catch yourself, and then you say something different. Your words are spells. You catch yourself that you're thinking something, you change your thoughts. You can change your thoughts. You can find a better feeling thought, as Abraham says. You can say, hey, what if this is not true? What if I continue? What if actually I deserve these things? And by the way, you deserve just by existing. That is the truth. Everybody does. Everybody deserves. And we all have, I really believe this, that we all have this destiny, this best way, let's say, to live your life. And it's destined for you. And you will live it if you're in tune with yourself, aligned with who you are and your soul's mission and purpose. You will live it. Your purpose will be clear. You will have joy. You will have everything. The problem is not for you that you need to be like a fish outside on the, without the water, and you're just manifesting like a crazy person. That's not the thing. Your manifestations, your creations, and everything that is for you, you will observe it in your 3D reality. But the problem is to remove the obstacles. So that is what manifestation, when everybody talks on YouTube and everywhere, is. It's actually that. It's actually, for me, as I said in my previous videos, is healing what needs to be healed, so that you can create space for the manifestation. And as this guy Simon says, that you need to have a spiritual vessel. So right now, at the moment in my life, I became aware of this. And why, one tip also for you, why I never share in the moment when something is happening. Because it's not good for you to have other people interfere, like, oh, it's horrible what's happening to you. No, you don't need that. You need to stay with yourself. When something bad is happening to you and you don't feel like you have any support around you, don't share with anybody. Like, literally, talk to your spirit guides, pray to guide, whatever you believe in. Don't talk to anybody, because people see and perceive the world with their own lenses and eyes. They cannot see the way out if you can see it. And you can see it. I know, since you're here, you can always see a way out. So when something bad is happening to me, I normally don't share, because I am very positive and very optimistic. I always see a way out. I always see a way for me to succeed in my life, to achieve what I want. And other people don't. Yes, I do have, thanks God, some friends and my family, and some people who do have this belief in the same vision, but many people don't, to be honest. And what if it happens if I go on social media and say, hey guys, I'm struggling, and I share this, and then there are all these people, oh my gosh, what's happening to you? This is horrible. I don't need that energy, and you don't need that energy too. And that's why I say, when something really is happening in your 3D, instead of reacting and going in it and talking with everybody about it, which is like the worst thing that you can do, the best thing that you can do, close yourself in a room, forget about the 3D for a moment. Please, I'm begging you, light up a candle. You can look at the candle, you can pray to God, you can talk to God, you can ask for the solution, and the solution will come. You will get the intuitive guidance that you seek. But this is not going to happen if you are in the 3D reacting and talking to everybody about it, and then absorbing their energies about your situation. So never do that. It's my like biggest advice I can give you, is like, never ever ever share that with anyone. Okay? Because nobody knows, like, if you need some, like, if you need to share with somebody for advice, and you know this person is positive, then okay. But don't talk to negative people about it. That's the whole point. Don't talk to negative people about it. Okay? So I don't talk when I am in the something. Sometimes after that, I share on social media, hey, I've been through these times or these times, and that's fine because I already been through that. So right now I just wanted to share that yes, this is what I became aware, and this is what you can ask yourself also: where is my upper limit, and how can I make my nervous system and my body and my mind feel safe when it comes to my manifestations, which is the most important thing. Like, if you don't feel safe for what it is that you want to manifest, you're not going to manifest it, or you're going to have it and then lose it. So you need to make sure that what you are calling in, you have the space for it. And now I became aware, okay, I didn't feel like I have space for it. That's why I slowed down my process by self-sabotaging myself on this journey, which is amazing. I became aware of what I need to do next. Okay, I need to put these systems in place. I need to do this instead. I need to change my rituals in this way. I need to change my perspective about this situation. And I became aware of so many things that need to be changed. And you always need to stay graceful with yourself. Never punish yourself. Never be angry with yourself. Always graceful, always full of love for yourself. And this is the way you can, become aware. Okay, because I'm sure that you're watching this video and you want to call in so much abundance. But are you actually okay to be seen? How is your family going to react about it? What is your partner going to think? Do you know how to save money? Do you know how to spend money? Like, there is so many subconscious beliefs and blockages that we need to become aware of in order to move them. So here I am with you guys. This was very vulnerable. I am good, by the way. I am working. I'm enjoying Bali. I was yesterday in, I wanted to make a YouTube videos in the jungle for you guys, but it was so hot, like extremely hot. I was sweating like a crazy person. And I think that's not going to be working, even though I really would like to like make amazing videos where I'm, in front of the waterfall and it's behind me, but you can always watch the pictures and you can enjoy. I really am so grateful to live here in Bali. I have a visa here, and I'm so grateful to be surrounded, with the nature, with palm trees and coconut and mangoes, and I have watermelon all year long. And yeah, it was like such a brave thing, to move to Asia alone. Yeah, crazy. Life is crazy. But I think every single one of us should live life like they want, in their own terms, authentically, and without questioning and asking others what they think about our life choices. It's your life. You have one life. So everything is fine. I'm working through these emotions. I'm healing what needs to be healed. I'm opening space, opening my heart to call in what it is that I want to call in. And that's why I wanted to hop on here and really share with you guys how this process looks for me, so that I can give you some guidance so that you can create a spiritual vessel that works best for you. I, of course, recommend you my other videos. I have many videos on self-image, beliefs, mindset, and everything that you can, do the exercises and everything. But basically, my two ways that I say that I really like the most, first of all, is going with my eyes closed, going there in my wish fulfilled, staying there consciously. I mean, staying there like in the moment when it's happening, and then sending the emotions of peace, love, and happiness throughout my body and cells, so that I can experience this and feeling safe and happy in this before it actually materializes. And the second one is being aware during my day, basically shifting my thoughts, creating new neural pathways, shifting my mindset. That's two ways that I really like to do things. And yeah, just want to tell you, you can always change your perspective. Like, every single time, whatever is happening to you, you can always change your perspective. Oh, and the one funny thing happens yesterday. I was out. Yeah, I have. I actually have now so many things came to my mind. So I also going to give you one story for my life because exactly what you can know. I was yesterday, like I told you, these days and weeks, I'm healing and working through some things. And I became aware that, hey, I really want to, get up early and do the things and go outside, shoot some content and really change the energy. This is what I'm telling you. Like, do something out of the ordinary, out of your routine. If you feel stuck, if you feel overwhelmed, do something out of the ordinary. Like, go to the nature where you have never been before. And this is exactly what I did. I was like, I don't know, I Googled, I asked ChatGPT, I went there, and it was blissful. I was so, so, so happy. I was so grateful to be there. And then on my journey, I was thinking, oh, I wish to have a professional photographer to take some photos with like a real camera. And I am walking and I'm telling you, behind the tree, there is a guy who's like with a camera. And we started talking and he immediately says, okay, pose, pose, pose. And he started taking pictures and he tells me, oh, let's go to the waterfalls and take pictures at the waterfalls. I posted those pictures, by the way. And so he came out of nowhere, like literally behind the tree, as I had the thought. And this is what I'm telling you. You don't need to do anything to manifest. But when there is a thought, Abraham says 17 seconds. I don't know if 17 seconds, but when you have a thought without the obstacle, it manifests immediately. Immediately it manifests. There is no such a thing as coincidence. So you don't need to be working so hard, focusing on the goal so hard. That means that you are attached. But when you have a thought that is like flowing like that, hmm wouldn't it be nice? There is no other thought that it's like, oh yeah, but it's not gonna happen. No, it's just, hmm wouldn't it be nice? But I'm so happy and enjoying in the nature right now. And the videos I took, the pictures I took with my phone by myself, amazing. I was just so blissful. And then this guy shows up. So this is the energy you want to be in. I am grateful where I am at. I am enjoying my current moment. And I am in the flow when it comes to my manifestation. And I meet this guy and we had amazing time. We went to the waterfalls. I follow him on my scooter. Amazing day. I feel so happy. I come home, open my computer to work, and my display is broken. And my display was broken 2 weeks ago. And I paid a lot of money to get it fixed. And I was like so angry yesterday. I was like, they just fixed it. I was angry. I mean, not at first. I didn't get angry when I saw the display was broken, but when they told me that they cannot help me, I got so angry. I was like, what do they mean they cannot help me? They fixed it. It's broken. I did nothing to break it. So why are they, being so mean, or what's happening here? And I was like, again, I started to feel like I'm getting in this thinking like, why is this happening now? And this is what we humans do. But that is the thing that you can, even in that moment, you can choose to change the perspective. I said, again, I don't know how, I don't know why, but this situation will somehow be beneficial for me. I don't know how. This is my favorite sentence, by the way. Write down in the comments. I don't know how, I don't know why, but this situation is somehow going to be so beneficial for me. And here are all the possibilities that can happen. One possibility, I go to repair, and there I meet a guy or someone who is like amazing, and we end up together, or I don't know what. Second option, I talk to them, I learn how to set boundaries, and they fix it for free. Third option, because I need to give this money, for example, for repair, then I'm gonna get a lot of money because money needs to flow. So every time you pay for the bill, you can say, thank you, God, thank you, I have this bill to pay for. I have this money, to pay this bill. I have bills. Some people don't have bills, they live on the street. So shift your perspective, because you are not you don't know with your own logic this infinite number of possibilities which one is going to be. But I can promise you that the one with your perspective that you choose, this one is going to be. So right now, you see how even these daily things that are happening in our lives, it's so important for us to always focus on the positive, always focus on the optimistic side, how this situation can actually be beneficial for me. How can I learn something from this situation? How can I let this go? And then when you do that, things shift for you. And it's not always easy, as